G'day everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Weekly Endeavours for the 15th of December onwards. This set here, my advice would just be to do quests. Resources from the world is pretty good too. Patrolling Horrors is good, but in my opinion, these two here, they're so much more reliable and just easier to do that you don't really need to look at this one. But I will point out that this one, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah, these ones are easier. So, with completing quests, there are a lot of good ways to do this. The undisputed quickest way in the game for this is going to be just doing writs. So, as an example here, I can just go over to the writ boards. Using add-ons especially makes this such a breeze. So, you just go collect all this stuff here, and you've got all the crafting stations in here. Now, the thing is, I'm set up for this, right? You got to do a fair bit of preparation to get writs sorted, but you can just see, like, that's one quest done, basically. Over here, that's another quest done. And then, after these are crafted, I just go to the woodworking station. Over here. So, I'll link the add-on I used for this in the description. It's pretty well known. It's just Dogavon the Lazy Writ Creator. Yeah, it literally automates everything. It's so fucking helpful for writs in this game. And yeah, same thing with consumable writs. The only one I don't do is alchemy, because some of those they can have. Some of them require things like mudcrab chitin, and they're quite expensive. I don't really like doing those, and you know, you only need. It's 7 in total, so 2 days worth of writs is enough. And if you really need to go further, you can just get other characters and do writs on them. And the thing about writs is, even if you don't have access to the regular writs, if you do the writ certification quests, they also count, because it's not daily quests; it's just regular quests. And those certifications, either they're so easy to get the resources because they're instant, so nobody else can actually like take those resources, or your level in those crafts is high enough where the requirement for actually doing anything, you don't have to. You can literally just tell them you're pretty good at crafting and you just complete a quest. Like, it's so easy. So honestly, characters like above level, at like level 10-ish, that have like crafts leveled up a little bit, they're the easiest to do like a bunch of quests on. But yeah, I'll show that to you in a minute. So I'll just go over. It's not shade, so it's not too bad. So I'll do all 7. Yeah, so jewelry crafting in here. There's also enchanting right next door. So this one. I'll just open up the bank and then grab the old. Do I have the potion in here? I do not. I have to craft a potion. Yeah, obviously it's a little bit quicker if you have a banker NPC. If you don't, it's not really a big deal. Like, if you go to Vardenfell, this place is great because you've got the writ boards around here and all the crafting stations here, and you've got a bank out in the open that you can just grab from. So everything is here. You don't need to pay big money for all that shit. It's just, in places like this, it's a bit more convenient. Yeah, wouldn't really spend $50 on a fucking NPC just for that. So what else is there? Provisioning. It's the only really annoying one in Deshan, because actually getting the provisioning station is just in a tavern out of the way. But yeah, Vivek City is the best. This one here is pretty good too. Somerset's another common option. The only thing is Somerset, the bank is also, I'm pretty sure, quite far away. So if I just go Eleanor... yeah, so the crafting area is over here, the bank's over here, so it's all the way over the other side. I think... Is that a cooking fire? No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's just in here. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it's downstairs. Sorry, I'm thinking of Ebony Flask, is it? And then through the door, just a bit south, and that's everything. Yeah. And just hand all these in. Lazy Writ Crafter even hands in all the quests for you. Just literally have to press E once. And yeah, look at that. 7 out of 10 already done. So either you can just do this on another character, or you can just wait till tomorrow when all the writs reset, and that'll be it. So take a look at the time. It's only been 5 minutes in total, and a big part of that's probably just been me talking about the endeavors themselves. Alright, there are so many fucking guides out there that explain writs. You just look up writ guide and there's like 10 on the first page that are all pretty damn good. But I'm just going to go through how to start writs, and then I'll also show you another option for doing a shit ton of quests. Just like basically just going and talking to people. Because there's like 4 or 5 you can do as soon as you create a character. So yeah, I'll show you that as well. Yeah, for the equipment writs, this is the woodworking, clothing, and blacksmithing writ. You talk to this character here, Melinith. The location she'll be in, and the same with the alchemy one, or the Mage's Guild one. They are in the first town of your alliance's first zone. So for Ebonheart Pact, they'll be in the Fighters and Mages Guilds in Davon's Watch and Stonefalls. For Aldmeri Dominion, same thing in Vocal Guard, they'll be in these here. And then for Daggerfall Covenant, it'll be Glenumbra, Daggerfall here, and it'll be these ones here. The way shrine to get here is always unlocked by default, so it's very easy to reach all these locations. So all you do is just talk to them, and you'll be able to start your writ. The only thing is, you have to be like level 7, I believe, and then you can start them off. And even better, as soon as you first talk to them, the first quest is just like to tell them that you're ready for Criting certification, and that literally completes the quest off the dot. So yeah. The only what is it? Exception to the rule for these writ givers is there is also for jewelry crafting. You've got the one in Somerset. It's in Alinor. It's Valerian. It's the male high elf with blonde hair with like a purple robe. He's over here. So the only annoying thing is Alinor isn't unlocked by default, so getting here is a bit more of a pain than the other places, but all you need to do is use home tours. I've got a video in the description explaining how home tours work. It's really good. It's like having a bunch of free way shrines that are always unlocked. So you can use Golden Griffin Garret, or even better, Alinor Crest Townhouse. So you can just travel here and then go out the door down this way, and he's just right there. Sorry, you'll probably have to go around here or something like that, but yeah, it's not a long trek. It's pretty simple. Okay, so if we want to just complete a bunch of quests really fast, let me show you something else you can do. Alright, so you just need to create a new character. If you don't have any character slots, honestly, at that point, you could probably do writs just fine, because you've probably got enough characters for that have been leveled up. But yeah, if you've got a character slot, it's also really good. So, doesn't matter what you make, just make anything. And then, what I'll do is just give it a name, like, I usually call it this Quest Sacrifice, or Quest Endeavor. I'll go that one. Yep, okay. So, just let it log in. It doesn't really matter, like, none of the other stats there matter, because, I mean, obviously, unless it's a character you want to keep. Yeah, if you're just doing it for this, you can just delete it afterwards. And it's better if you delete it after, because you can just repeat the same process and just complete a bunch of quests that way. Clear out all the clutter off the screen. First thing to do is just type /stuck, because wherever you are on the map, it will likely be a little bit far away from a way shrine. And you can just use this here. You don't have any gold on you, so you won't get charged anything. So what this does is just moves you straight to a way shrine. And that way you can take the way shrine straight to where you want to go to reach the quest, because they're all in a pretty easy to reach location. Now, one of the quests is related to a DLC. If you have Greymore as a DLC, Cat has got the zoomies for the look. You'll be able to do 4 quests instead of 3 straight away. And then if you level up the character a little bit, you'll be able to do the writ certification and then the easy writ like sign off, and yeah, that's another easy thing. Right, so I'm just gonna give my character a bit of drip. Don't want him walking around looking like a prisoner. What do we want to go? Yeah, probably the Covey Scout. Alright, so the first place I go to personally is straight to Vocal Guard Way Shrine in Oridon. This is the where you find Philandemery to get your free house. Now, if you can get a character who is Aldmeri Dominion, it'd be even better if you don't have this house yet. But yeah, I assume most people have done this already. So all you do is talk to Philandemery, just spam the E key, that's one quest. Now, you can head over to the Fighters and Mages Guilds here, But I think it's just a little bit quicker getting to the ones in Glenumbra, because they're right here, instead of having to travel like quite far away. Just the load screen in the way. But I think that's quicker than spending all the time going over there. Now you can do this one. This is another quest you can complete. It will just take a little longer than the other ones. Just because when you have to go there, like you have to walk to the location. And the Harborage, it also depends on your alliance, so you just got to be aware of that. Right now I'd have to go to Stonefalls. But all you have to do in that is just listen to the Prophet ramble on. He just explains like the background of online, how the all the Daedric anchors and all that came to be. Yeah, it's the same thing. You basically just listen to people talk for a while, and then you complete a quest. That one's really easy. But this one here, talk to Namark over here. Just keep pressing E. That's another quest done. Out here again, just go over to the Fighter's Guilds now. And then once you get in, just turn right. There'll be another guy you can talk to over here. Do the same thing, just keep pressing the talk button. That's another quest done. So that's 3 so far. So you could now just go over to the Harborage one that we got from the Prophet before. So yeah, I assume people know where the Harborage is. You can just go to Journal and just go Show on Map, and it shows you exactly where it is. If you just right-click there to get out. Yeah, so you can see it's there. But the Obmeri one is over here, and the Daggerfall one is down here. So yeah, you just got to travel down out of the cities a little bit, and yeah, it takes like 2 minutes getting there. Yeah, the other one is in Greymoor, so it's the Antiquities starting quest, which is also incredibly easy to do. So it's over here. So you can just travel to this Solitude Docks Way Shrine, or you can travel to someone's Proud Spire Manor through home tours. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's go Browse Homes, down to P, Proud Spire Manor. So from here, it's just a quick trek, just 2 houses down. It's over here. Through this door here. And you'll see the Verita Numida's quest icon there. That's where we're headed. So all you do here is just talk to Verita Numida, spam that, start the quest, turn around, interact with the Antiquarian's Eye, back to Numida, complete a quest. Now you can go a quest further. She's got a quest that explains the scrying and excavating systems, how they work. It's also very easy, and it's good to do this to practice how scrying works. Obviously, if you've already done it, it's not a big deal. But at that point, I assume you're not doing this kind of thing for quests. You're doing writs or something. So yeah, that's another one. So that's 5 easy quests to do, and then from this point, you can just log off your character. Obviously, if you want the gold that they've received, then you can just go to a bank quickly, transfer the gold over, and then delete them. But it's not that much gold that you get. It's probably like 150. So yeah, just over here, quest sacrifice, go to delete. Just type delete in all caps. That will delete the character. And then you just create another character and do the same thing. And that's easy set of 10 quests there. So the other option for quests that I recommend, if you check the zone guide for any zone that you're in, you'll see this this icon here. This is all the zone story quests. So the only quests that I think, well, the most important quest or most valuable quest to do in this game, I think, are zone story quests, because they give you skill points as well. And when you level up a character, you're probably going to need a lot of skill points, especially for something like a dedicated crafter who's going to get all the traits and all the crafts unlocked so you can do writs easily. You're going to need a lot of skill points for them. So being able to do quests through those systems to get skill points as well is also handy. So in any situation like that, what you want to do is, just to make this really easy to follow, all you got to do is click Continue Zone Story, and what it does is it shows you the location of the next quest that you want to look at to continue the thing. So I've done everything except for this quest. I just missed it when I was running through. But it would, for example, like it would show you the starting quest over here next to the wasteland that you start with, and from there you just keep going, and it just means you don't have to look up where the quests are. You don't have to look at the names or anything. You just press a button and it tells you where to go. It's just streamlines everything, makes it more convenient for you. So that's also what I do. And as soon as you complete all the quests here, then just go to the next zone. In this case, like I'd probably just go something easy to reach, like Stonefalls, because you've already got the starting waste run there. Though you could just go, you could chronologically go to Gratwood as well in this case, because that's after Orodon, you know. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing these over the other ones. Obviously, if you want the adventure, the achievements for that stuff, especially to get like Pact, Dominion, Daggerfall, and eventually like Tamriel Hero, you can just get all the rest of the quests for that. But yeah, in those cases, you just look for just all the icons like these, for example, and these show you usually where all the quests are. Alright, now let's look at harvesting resources from the world. Also, really straightforward. Basically, you can pick a zone that you have a way shrine in, and just like run in a straight line out in the overland, and you'll just find item after, or like resource after resource after resource. Just a few things though. You probably want to do this on a character that is fast and can also gather fast. So I've got this Vampirism build here. I've got a video explaining everything I use here, from the set to how I get all my speed to like all the little intricate stuff in between. I will also have a video in the near future for a Nightblade cloaking speed build as well. They perform the same thing, they just go about it in different ways with different strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, try and use something like that, but if not, just try and get at least a mount that is fast, with as many mount speed upgrades as possible. Major Gallop from Alliance War or through Adept Rider, the set, anything like that's helpful, and the champion points too. So Gifted Rider for mount speed if you can, but mainly Master Gatherer to speed up the process of gathering, because this is going to halve the amount of time you're sitting there, because you know it takes like about a second and a half, 2 seconds to gather each item. You're splitting that by half. That's going to be a lot of the time taken just doing this endeavor, like just sitting there gathering shit. So that also helps. Plentiful Harvest is also handy to have, just to increase how much you get. So it's more valuable getting all the stuff. So there are a few things you also want to keep in mind. You want to have some inventory space. Go, I would say, anywhere, like, you're pushing at around 30 inventory space. The main reason for that is, firstly, runestones. You'll get all shit tons of different runes, and each different type takes up an inventory slot each. If you don't want to deal with that, then just avoid runestones, but then you're going to slow down how quickly you do your harvesting from the world. Same thing with alchemy plants. There's a whole heap of different ones that all take up different slots. If you don't have max level craft, you'll get 2 different types of ores, jury themes, wood types each, and those will also take inventory space. So yeah, probably just like aim for 50 just to be safe. There are a few things that don't count. Primarily, treasure chests don't count, and thieves' troves. So if you see this in the wild, only grab them if you're going to get something useful from them. For example, like a set that you're looking for in a zone like Western Skyrim, like for Venomous and Mother Stove in Deshaan, that stuff. But if you're just doing it for the sake of the resources from the world endeavor, it's not gonna help. The other thing that doesn't work is insect nodes, so butterflies, wasps, torch bugs. It is worth it trying to get torch bugs, especially because those can give you Torchbug Thoraxes, which do sell for a lot, but if you're just trying to get this endeavor done, it's not going to help you in any way, because yeah, they don't actually count. So basically anything that isn't living is what you're looking for. I guess plants and fungus technically living, but I guess things that aren't moving quickly. That's probably the safest way. So yeah, just pick a place and just travel in a straight line. You'll start finding shit tons of stuff. So immediately, here's an alchemy node. Just going to grab that. Leave the butterfly there. Water at the water's edge is also really good, because you'll find Nirnroot, you'll find water hyacinth, and you'll find pure water nodes all over the edge. So you see any like little swirly spot like this, that's a pure water node. You'll also grab them for extra resources from the world. So yeah, lakes or water sources, really good to check. Now it is worth keeping in mind as well, nowadays you can hop on your mount, and if you go through the water you won't get pulled off. If you do hop off in the water though, you can't get back on until you actually get back on land. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, you can see some more pure water nodes here. We'll grab that one, and then we'll grab the alchemy node and the rubidite over here. And then we'll continue on. Pop over here. I think that's the... Oh, so... Yeah, it's an NPC. So again, so here's a chest. So we don't want to grab that. Grab the Entoma. I mean, honestly, chest here wouldn't be a bad idea, I think. Because this is where you get Darlock Bray. Which is a... I know people use it for cloaking builds, but I personally don't use it because it doesn't really suit the way I use cloak builds. But it is really, really good because if you crouch, and you can be crouched while you're in cloak, it gives you resources back. So it's a way to get to like reduce the magicka consumption of cloak, essentially. So yeah, there you go. So some runestones. So runestones, even if you don't want the runes themselves, they're good to grab when you go through getting resources from the world. Same thing with wood. Even though rough wood nodes, or rough wood in itself is not that expensive to sell, rough wood nodes and rune stone nodes are great to grab because they give you the furnishing materials for them. So mundane rune, which comes from the rune stones, and heartwood, which comes from the rough wood. These things, they sell for a truly stupid amount of gold, considering the amount of time you've been able to get this stuff. Decorative wax as well, though getting that is a bit more of a pain. You want to do the Necrom Underways strat for that. Is it? Oh no, it's a hostile one. Okay. Shadow Rider for the win. Yeah, just be careful of enemies. Unfortunately, the rubidite or like leather scraps that you get from killing those sorts of enemies doesn't count either. So you want to avoid combat as much as you can. The only time you should be fighting, or you want to be fighting, is if you get to a runestone node like this, and the enemies get hostile to you before you claim it. You can just run away from them, especially with a vampire build, or a cloak build, but yeah. You can fight them if you want, it's up to you. Yeah, Thieves Trove doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. They might have changed it, but I'll just double check. I didn't keep an eye on the amount I've already got. Alright, so here's the other one that spawns on water edges all the time. Water hyacinth. But that known root and the pure water nodes, they're the ones to look for. Because you'll usually find a lot of them around water. Oh, it's a dragon. Just always grab jury nodes if you can. Because jury tends to be the most expensive rough resource to gather in large quantities. Next, after that is usually cloth node, and then it's the ores, and then it's the rough wood nodes. But the thing is, I think rough wood nodes are actually more valuable than ores, because ores give you Regulus, which, you know, it's still not... interesting. Still not super cheap, but heartwood is very expensive in comparison, so... I guess rubidite is a more stable income. Oh, it's not it's just a dragonfly. But the heartwood is more expensive when you potentially get it. Okay, so this thing here, the Sigic portals, they don't count, but you do want to grab them anyway, because you can get Orvic Ambers from these, or Pulverized Amber, which are super duper expensive. If I've got any in my bank, let's have a look. Trade items. I'd be at the top. You don't? I've got pulverized. A single pulverized fit. So this is just 1/10 of a full trait. Is 1 grand. You usually get a couple of the pulverized, or you can get a full Orvic Amber from one of these Sigic portals. They are ridiculously expensive, so always grab them if you find them. Emetic Russula, not very expensive, this one. I think it's the demand is not very high for it. Yeah, 50 gold. They're the opposite of Columbine. They take all the resources away instead of giving you magic stamina and health. They take it away. There you go, rough wood. Let's see if we get some heartwood from it. Yep, got some heartwood. Very valuable. Some raw SSL. Now, bast, the one you get from clothing, is fuck all. So, yeah, just do clothing for the raw cloth that you get, not the bast. That's what you're looking for. But raw cloth is usually fucking expensive, so it makes up for it. Yeah, you want to get everything, but they're all like... They're all valuable in their own ways. Because, like, even this one here, like, ores, they're arguably you've got the least potential if you sell that stuff, but if you refine it for tempering alloys, that's probably the most common upgrade material I use, because I use a lot of metallic weapons, especially, like, doing dual wield. You need twice as many tempering alloys for that shit. So getting yourself a lot of metal ores is also very helpful. Okay, I didn't keep an eye on this before, so I'm at 30. Yeah, 30. Yeah, still 30. So, yeah, unfortunately they don't count. But still worth grabbing, because sometimes they have treasure maps, some of which can be very expensive. You can also get stat items. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Ruby wood. Got 4 heartwood from that one. Nice. Basically just made 2k or 1.5k from that single rough wood node. Got that one. Redstone. Yeah, you can see why Master Gatherer, the champion point, this one here, is so fucking handy. Because, like, you just run across from resource node to resource node, and it just cuts down how long you're spending grabbing them all. And especially, like, in a zone, like, when you do Craglawn, Craglawn's the best zone to go with, because it gives you Gnome Crux as well. Gnome Crux is one of the most important resources in the game, or most expensive. Putting Gnome Crux 15k, and then Fortified Gnome Crux is also like 10k. So these are only available from Craglawn. So obviously, if you can go to Craglawn and farm over here, it's the best. But everybody else tends to go here when the resource from the world endeavors come up, so it's usually the most busy as well. And in that case, you probably want Master Gatherer, because when people come through, they will usually have Master Gatherer, and you'll just struggle to get as many resources as they will. So they tend to just, like, grab everything around you while you're trying to do it. Not always. Sometimes it's just, like, stupid chill. Depends on the time of day, usually. Immediate. Another Digit Portal. 41 out of 50. Yeah, they still don't count. In here. Yeah, so here's an example. Fighting the enemies to get your hands on the valuable materials. You don't have to do that very often, but yeah, it is a thing. Oh, it's a Violet Copernus. Whoa, dead people. So Violet Copernus, quite expensive. This one. It's it's second only to the Columbine alchemy reagent, which is also very expensive. This one here, 500 gold each. There's not any other one that I know of that has this higher resource in the base game as this. The only one is Columbine, right? Which everyone knows is fucking expensive as shit. Yeah, Violet Copernus, Columbine, they're the two you really want to look out for. So 3 light blue mushrooms. That's what you're looking for with Violet Copernus. Cheeky little runestone there. Something that will also help a lot when you're doing this, go to settings, video, and like especially in a zone like this, it just has a lot of grass. Grass here, turn it off. It doesn't take all the grass away. Some of these are just props. But yeah, what it'll do is really take away a lot of the stuff around the resources you're trying to find, especially when it comes to alchemy reagents. Some of them can be very difficult to see underneath all the shrub when you don't know what you're looking for. It's mostly for people not too familiar with all the alchemy reagents, because every node of a type looks the same, but when you don't know what you're looking for, it can be quite painful. So it just takes away a lot of the useless stuff. Alright, there we go. 50 resources from the world. That only took probably like 10 minutes or so. Okay, so the last thing I want to just quickly go through is surveys. So when you do rifts, you get surveys from them. It's a 10% chance, it's 12.5, but basically 10% chance every time you complete a writ. Now these, it doesn't matter what level of writ you do. You can do the level 1 writ, you can do the max level writ with rubidite and stuff. They all give you like a 10% chance. So that's one good thing to note about like lower tier writs. At the same time though, you're doing writs for quest, you're probably not going to be doing the resources from the world endeavor at that point. But anyway, if you do have any surveys in your inventory now, it's worth just looking at them for this this endeavor if you want to do it. So there's 3 things I want to cover here, just some tips that I recommend to you. So firstly, if you want to make it really easy to find them, if you don't even want to have to bother looking at the map that they give you, you can use an add-on called Go Home. Oh, not Go Home, sorry, bloody Lost Treasure. That's right. So if you use Lost Treasure, the add-on, it shows them on the map. And so all you have to do is just look at the map and then just go to where they are. And they also show up on the mini-map. Though sometimes the mini-map can glitch out a little bit and they don't show up. But yeah, don't worry, it's just follow the map, you'll be fine. So, the second thing is you don't really want to be grabbing these unless you have the Plentiful Harvest champion point. Because these are a one-time use. Like, you get them from writs, but you can't use them an infinite amount of times each. So, the more you get from each of these, the more valuable they're going to be. And if you use Plentiful Harvest, you can basically, like, create a symbiotic process where, or like a renewable... Jesus Christ. I don't know if that was loud for you, it was fucking jump scare. Anyway, so... yeah, you can essentially renew the resources you use for writs by grabbing them from these writs. Oh, sorry, these surveys. The only other thing, so yeah, just make sure you have Plentiful Harvest. Have Mouse Gatherer to make it quicker too, and yeah, Gifted Rider to get there quicker. The only other thing is, specifically with the alchemy surveys, these reset if you leave the area. So what you want to do is try and get things that are more valuable. So what you can do is just leave, go far away a bit, and then go back, and it will reset all the stuff here. So what you're looking for is Columbine. So you can see there's 2 stacks of Columbine there. It's worth it trying to do that every time you get here, instead of like getting all the less valuable stuff. Like Blessed Thistle is not very expensive, Lady Smock very cheap, Cornflower kind of cheap, but yeah, Columbine is like ridiculously more expensive than the other stuff. It's like thousands of gold as opposed to this stuff here is like maybe a couple hundred. So that's just something else to consider there. And yeah, if I just go away here again, just go over to this corner, just go back, it'll reset everything again. So I don't know, maybe I can just like roll that enough times where I get like 3 Columbine at once. So there's a Columbine there, but only 1. Alright, that'll do. Weekly's that's enough information, I think. If you do have any more questions, you know the drill, I'm always here. But I'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching, thanks for your support as always. See you next time, and take care for now.